Yeah, well, that's how I can get it to pop up.
Mm-hmm.
That's.
Do you sketch out ahead?
Oh, I do.
Where your little holes go?
Actually, this one was printed. This was carved before I did some of the other layers. In other words, this was set up before I finished the printing of the art shapes.
Oh.
Well, I have always been interested in the textures of nature and the details of our built environment.
What kind of environment?
The built environment.
What does that mean?
Architecture, fences, stone walls that have been hewn and redesigned, reformulated from nature, that sort of thing. I've always been compelled by things, and then recently I have found that the maps that are available to everyone now.
What kind of maps?
On the internet. I was introduced to the idea by my stepson, and he said, "Well, I'll look up your place right now," and I was just amazed that he could zero in on my little country house, and I could see the garden cart up above. It was sort of like this. Suddenly, I realized that I had to recalculate what I ever thought about things, because you can find things so easily everywhere, and there's so much information.
So are they sort of like satellite maps that you're talking about,
Probably.
or aerial,
and those kinds of things. The way that you could see landforms all over the world, which relates to one of the series. I have suites in this show, and it's one of the suites is about mapping. Another suite is about rock forms and the shifts that they make on
And
plate.
I see that you have got holes and sewn, and how does that relate to your?
Well, I think that I like the idea that there are subtle things that are partially hidden from view in your, and of course these are abstractions, these are not landscapes or anything of the sort, but the idea that every bit of reality is actually delicate layers, and as you peel them away you get more information and you see more things. And so that's sort of what I'm trying to express metaphorically through my imagery, that there are many, many different layers to our reality.
And is that how you create the artworks, through layers?
Oh yes. I'm primarily a printmaker. Well, these are all prints, and I plot out ways that I can construct with my prints. I make a lot of constructions, so they're very slightly three-dimensional. They're almost, I think printmakers are sculptors anyway. They're just frustrated sculptors.
Now explain that to me again. How do you see them as being three-dimensional?
Well, I see them as being reliefs, to be fair. They're reliefs.
Maps? You could
Yes.
talk about relief maps.
Yes, but they're reliefs because when I piece my textures together, I often overlay them with one with heavy detail and texture and another with a really contrasting bright color or something like that. And as I layer them, I sew them so that there's pockets of air, and that creates shadows. It would be more reflective of maybe looking through a microscope or looking through a telescope. So they're either micro or macro, and they're designed to create a little miniature universe.